Well, welcome, guys. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having us.
This is Devon McLaughlin. He's getting ready to run 860 miles from the top to the bottom of Alaska, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
This is you here in the newspaper. We got here. So tell us, Devon, like, how did this come about, and how did you prepare for this?
So it actually started 2 years ago. Came up to visit my buddy Tommy right here, and we drove all the way up to the top to Prudhoe Bay. I'll show you. We got a map right here. So we're right here in Fairbanks right now, in the middle. Prudhoe Bay is all the way up top. I think it's 490 something miles away. So we drove up there, camped out, hung out, and we met a couple people along the way, traveling their way down the Dalton Highway and doing some crazy endurance feats. And I had been running for about a year or so then, year and a half maybe. And that just kind of sparked something in me. I've kind of always wanted to do something great, but I didn't know what. And then seeing people do that and just having this love for Alaska that I did, kind of all pieced together over the next couple weeks. And then we've been playing this for the past 2 years since then. This is what it's turned into.
So that's coming up here in a couple days.
Yeah.
On August 3rd.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's quick. Doesn't feel like it's been 2 years.
Yeah, it went by quick.
Yeah.
So that goes until the 22nd?
Yeah. So the plan is 49 miles a day, which will take 18 days. But then we're going to add in 2 days in case anything goes wrong, truck breaks down, I break down, whatever. Nothing's too close here. You could have over 100 miles in between towns on the Dalton, and so it can be tough to get help. So you got to account for that, definitely. And so that's what those 2 extra buffer days are in there for.
Okay, that's good. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I did want to show your GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
Up here.
Yeah. So
GoFundMe.com at Alaska Run.
That's where we're doing all our fundraising. Everything helps. It's $9-10 a gallon of gas up there at the top. It's not cheap. Stuff's not cheap up here. It takes a lot to get things to Alaska, to the middle of nowhere. The further north you go, we're supporting the crew. A lot of calories in, a lot of calories out every day. I was working overtime, working 2 jobs, some 18-hour days to help pay for this, and 50, 60-hour weeks and whatnot. So a lot goes into it. So yeah, anything on the GoFundMe definitely helps.
Okay. And you also have a website too.
Yeah.
How about your Dormant Running? It's DORMANT running.com.
Yep, and that's kind of tells you about the project. It's got all our sponsors on there. You can check out their pages as well, and just more so a little background and some frequently asked questions and whatnot about the run. So it's a good site to check out.
That's cool. And you also started a charity. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I'll be fundraising for the MS Society, Multiple Sclerosis. We'll launch that the day of the run, and then we'll be pushing that the entire run, try and get them some funds as well, which will be good.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Now you guys met early on, right? I kind of wanted to talk about that.
Sure. So I live here in Alaska. I've been here since about 2019. I met Devon a long time ago, in about 7th, 8th. I say 3rd grade. He said 7th grade. Maybe I was friends with him and he didn't know me yet. But he became my friend in 7th grade, and we've just been friends ever since. Just kind of same morals and values. Just a solid guy. He said, "Hey, I want to come up to Alaska." He came up and we had a great time. And that journey up to the Prudhoe Bay was definitely eye-opening because he said, "Hey, I could run this." And I first was like, "That's crazy." I mean, running that far. But the last 2 years, he's been dedicating himself. And if you even check out his Instagram and his videos, and his journey, he's done it. What's your streak of running?
I think today is day 468, something like that.
468 days getting out there running, no matter rain or shine. That's crazy to me. I think that's a massive achievement, and this is going to be a pretty epic conquest of the mind. I think it's going to be a pretty gnarly feat.
Yeah, definitely. It's not something that the average person can do.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing is I think the average person can do it. That's what I want people to see here. I'm just the average person. Like I think it was 2015. I ran a 5K. My lung collapsed. Like running isn't my thing. Never has been. I've never liked it. Never enjoyed it. But I think if I can turn it into something this big and tackle something this hard, with something I was terrible at. Hopefully that shows people what they can do with even something they love, chasing a dream. A lot of people quit far before they need to. So hopefully this project shows the average person that they can achieve big things.
That's good. Now, also, Ray, you kind of had an injury along the way, or?
Yeah. It's just I had a strained adductor in my groin, and then that spread down into my quad, and just this whole left leg was really bugging me for a while, and just kept training on it because I had to. Ran a 62-mile race on it, so that thing was barking the whole time. Took a little ibuprofen, seemed to help, but yeah, it was just one of those things that, in my mind, it's good. You're gonna have to learn to push through that pain. It used to be when I first started running, the cramp was the worst thing I ever felt, and then as you keep going, you learn to push through more and more, which is you're gonna be doing a lot of that on this run. So learning your body and what hurts and what you can work through and what you can't is, in my mind, good training.
So I heard something about the 75 hard challenge. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And
Yeah.
Into...
Yeah, so 75 hard is probably what kind of all kicked this off. I was just kind of like stuck in neutral, going to the bar every weekend, having fun, and feeling like crap the next couple of days after, and I got sick of it, and I was like, something's got to change. So right around the start of the new year, I had heard of the 75 hard challenge and decided, let's do it. And so I think there's 5 rules. You got to work out twice a day. One's got to be outside, no matter what, 45 minutes each. You got to stick to a diet. You got to read 10 pages from a motivational book, drink a gallon of water. I think that might be it. But so yeah, I stuck to that and went out for a run, and I think I ran a little less than a quarter mile. Was gassed out, and had to start walking. So then the next day, I would just go to the next mailbox. Eventually, that turned into I was running a mile, 2 miles, kept going, and then from there, grew into this monster, 860 miles.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this just popped into my head. For that 75 hard challenge, that was a point in your life you said you were just in neutral, just kind of like most people are just kind of coasting through, and you said, I'm going to do something about it and change. And it gave you a guideline to change. Do you think it unlocked something in your mind that you could do other things?
Yeah, 100%.
Change the way you view life?
Yeah, 100%. I think doing this hard stuff directly correlates to being able to control your life and do day-to-day tasks and achieve goals, and because if you're not setting out and intentionally doing hard stuff, everything that happens to you during your day is going to be an inconvenience. It's going to be tough. It's going to be the worst thing you had to do that day. Whereas if I know I got to go run 5 miles in the rain, 10 miles in the rain, or I got to be up at 4 a.m. and go for a run, that's pretty much guaranteed that's going to be the hardest part of my day. Now I'm in control of the hardest part of my day. Everything else is easy. There's no more roadblocks for that day. And once you start doing that with your life, then it's easy to conquer and take on whatever you got to do, and nothing's really stopping you. And then you start to realize the bigger goals you can tackle. So I think it all starts with for me it was just going to the next mailbox. That was going to be the hardest part of my day, and then it kind of turns into this. You realize you can really do whatever you want.
That's really good. That's awesome. So you're from a small town called Milford, Connecticut.
New Milford, yeah.
New Milford,
So we have a
okay.
Milford and New Milford. We're New
towns,
Milford.
okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So it's actually, it's the biggest town land-wise in Connecticut, but it feels like a big small town because everybody knows everybody. We all went to school together growing up.
There's one high school.
Yeah.
Right.
You're all friends. It's kind of a farm town. I remember one day one of my old jobs, I was driving, and I think it was a 15-minute ride to work, and I was like, how many farms am I passing on the way to work? And I counted like 5 or 6. But no, it's a great town. I mean, and I'm super happy. A lot of my sponsors are from New Milford, people I know personally, and that just kind of builds on what I was going with. If I want the average person to look at this and ask themselves what they can do, because I talked to a few big sponsors, and it just didn't sit right with me, and to me that's a barrier of entry. That's I want people to look at his dream and be like, oh, he didn't have anything handed to him, nothing special. He did this organically, homegrown, and so I think having my neighbor who owns a tree service is sponsoring, and my buddy's stepdad who's construction, and the local tire shop and a couple other businesses in town. Like, I wasn't going and getting a big shoe sponsor or anything like that. Like, this is small town, homegrown. Built this dream with the help of my community, and I think that goes a long way in showing people what they can do if they put their mind to it.
That's really great. And then you also built a camper,
Yeah,
right? Can
yeah,
you talk a little bit about that and what?
yeah, yep. So, I worked at a shop, Tucker and Sons, on Canada Lake and built docks. And, we shut down for a month during the winter, take a nice break. We needed, we take a pretty good beating. And, so during that time, that was my winter project, was build a camper. Had the help of some coworkers, my boss let me use the shop, some buddies designing the camper and helping me build it and whatnot. And, yeah, I knew I was gonna need a home for at least, this month on the road and, you know, I could have bought something, but that would have been easy. You know, that's this whole part of this thing is to make it tough. I wanted the process getting there to be as tough as possible. And then, it's just all kind of part of the challenge too. Gives our own little touch on it. Feels good knowing like it's another aspect that we built from the ground up. So yeah, that was a camper we drove up from Connecticut.
You drove up all the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Okay.
around 5,000 miles, I think it was. From Connecticut, took about 2 weeks. A couple cool stops along the way, taking these sites.
Saw some wildlife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of wildlife. It was very cool. The views were just insane. So
Very good. So we have a map here. Would you like to kind of show like the highways you're gonna go down?
yeah, yeah,
Talk about the
I don't know
cities?
if you want to hold it up closer to me either, but yeah. So we're starting. Let's see, somewhere. Yeah, you can point it out. We're starting up at the top at Prudhoe Bay, and then from there we'll go down the Dalton Highway, which is 419 miles long, I think, and that'll bring you a little outside of Fairbanks, 60 miles or so, or something like that. And then from Fairbanks, then we'll go down. We'll take the Parks Highway, head past Denali in that area, and then we're going to be. I think we'll be in Fairbanks around the 13th or so. But if people want to follow along on social media, we'll be posting updates every day, so you'll have an idea of where we're at.
Any certain sites or any?
Yeah, Devon T. McLaughlin on Instagram and TikTok. We'll be posting the daily updates and stories and whatnot, so people can follow along. And yeah, if you want to join for some miles, hop on and get some miles in, or just cheer, or throw a snack at me, whatever. You know, we'll
Throw
take
some
it.
water.
Yeah,
Throw
yeah,
some
throw some
water on
water.
it.
That'd be nice. Some bug spray with some bug spray when they run by.
Yeah, we're gonna have a whole train of people right there running past the bus today. He's gonna run through the mist.
So yeah, I mean,
That'd be good.
all that stuff lifts the spirits. Definitely, it'll get lonely out there. It's a lot of miles, so that stuff definitely is a motivator. See people cheer you on and pump you up. So yeah, we'll take from Fairbanks. We'll take the Parks Highway down, and hopefully the fires are all cleared up by then. We've been getting a lot of rain, so it might be good. And then head down past Denali, make our way into Anchorage, and then I believe Delany Park is going to be the ending. There's a nice strip there, so who knows? We get people to turn out and
It is. I've been there. It's a nice part.
yeah. So if we can get people to show up and for the finish, which would be nice.
Anything special planned or like a picnic or like?
I got some friends coming in from home, and you know, who knows? It'd be cool if people showed up. Who knows if they will?
Have a
but,
meet and greet maybe.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how, you know, if it gets any
Set up a
traction.
banner at the airport.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We'll see if it gets any traction. But I think that right now the plan is just my friends will be there for the finish, my brother, and then grab a bite, grab some beers after, you know, hang out, and yeah, just enjoy it.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
So anything specific planned on the way back or?
No, I think
Going to get back and rested?
yeah, I think I'm gonna be in pretty rough shape, so we're gonna take, you know, about a week up here to recoup and get my bearings, come back up to Fairbanks, pack the truck up and everything, and then another 2-week drive back down to Connecticut.
Straight into caribou season.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go get a caribou, and then we're gonna get a moose, and then he's gonna.
Nice. Okay, so I guess we'll wrap up here. I got one more question. Do you have any like future endeavors? Anything that you're looking at afterwards? Is the bar's kind of, do you have a higher bar to set or?
Yeah, it's this one sets the bar pretty high. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. You know, a couple things, smaller scale. I have in mind that I want to do. You know, a 100-mile race, Ironman, stuff like that. But as far as big things like this, no, I think I'm not too sure. You know, I'll leave it up in the air. This was never planned. This kind of just came to me, and maybe something like that. But as of now, it's settle down, start setting up for a future. You know, and building that. That might be my next project. Building the future I want. You know, I think that's a big goal of this. Is this project's going to turn me into the best version of myself. I think, you know, that I've been, and really going to make everything else in life easier. One of my main goals is building the future that I want for me, and I think this will help with that. So
Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming, guys.
Yeah, thank
thank
you.
you for sharing this journey with us.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
That's good.